Good evening. I don't know if I'm live yet. Oh, maybe I am. Can you hear me? If there's anybody out there, can you hear me? Or maybe there's no one out there yet. I'll wait. Okay, come on in. I see that there's one person out there. Hello, Danielle. How are you? Can you hear me? Oh, am I? Yay. All right. Okay, well, I'll kind of go through what this video is about so that everybody can come in and get in here. So I went to the world's longest yard sale, and that was from a Thursday to a Sunday. It started in. I got some good things. I didn't get a lot, but I did get some good things. So it actually, we started in a city called Van Wert, Ohio. It was up towards the Michigan border. There, it was supposed to start. It says they started in Michigan, but we didn't go up that high. We went up to, so they had um, on their website they had like all these places listed. So like Van Wert was the first one, and they had 100+ visitors or vendors. So then you kind of did that one, then you went on to the next one. These were the ones that were basically um, advertised on their website. Now, however, as we were headed up, so my family lives in Ohio, and as we was headed up, we had about an hour and a 22-ish minute trip up to the very first one. So we got to noticing that there were signs everywhere. And we're like, those are not all on here. So my husband said, you know what? You should keep track of the signs for like barn sales, garage sales, yard sales, and then just a sale. Because we were trying to decide what one would win. So we didn't go to all of these. We went to a good portion of them, but like on the first day, I wanted to get so far because the one that started, or the one that was in Kentucky, actually had 400 vendors. And I'm like, wow, we have to start that one fairly early in the morning because that one's going to take a while. So you had several in Ohio, and then we got to Kentucky, and we didn't get to these here because we ended up staying in Frankfort, because the Lawrenceburg, Kentucky is the one that had the 400 vendors. So I wanted to stay fairly close. That way we could start out the morning with that one. There was some of them we didn't go to. Some of them you could kind of see from the road, and you're going, okay, let's skip this one. Then in Tennessee, we had some fairly big ones, 150, 100, 100, 100. So there was several of them. And some of these we didn't end up stopping at, mainly because some of them wasn't open because we started early in the morning. But we went to several of them. So then and then it went through to down Kentucky, Tennessee, kind of the corner of Georgia. There wasn't anything listed in Georgia on their website, but then into Alabama. And so we did end up going all the way to the end. I didn't think we were going to. I thought we was going to stop in Chattanooga, but we ended up going to the end because we had time to. So then this is this is our tally marks. So the funny thing about it is garage sales won out in Ohio. But once you got to Kentucky, there started to be a lot of yard sales. So as you can tell, these are garage sales that kind of got, had to start some other places. So garage sales, there was 420 signs that was not part of that advertised list. Then there was also 402 yard sale signs that was not part of that list. So all of these, I mean, there may have been, a handful that would have been maybe part of the list, but not very many at all. This was all small ones that you could go off and go to all these things. Well, we didn't have time. So we stuck pretty much to our list because we're like, if at the end of the day we had time, then we'd stop at a couple of them before we got to our hotel. So that was kind of a fun little thing, and we kind of kept track of that. So what I'm going to do first is I had gotten all of these at a flea market here in our little town, all of these numbers. Well, as we was going through, I'm like, they had a whole bunch of like dimensional. And so I ended up getting a 2. I'm going to put that there. That's kind of why I started out like this. That was my cute little thing, because I'm like, that'd be kind of cute in this board, because I'm going to put all these on a board and then it's going to hang in my room. So that's why all these were hanging here. I only got one, but I wanted to show you the whole thing. I wanted to show you the whole effect. So that was one of the things I got. And I'm going to show you like what I got for myself, and then what the other stuff was that I got for all of you guys. It was a lot of sales, and you would have never been able to hit them all, ever, because that's not including, there was some of them that didn't even have a sign at all. There was no yard sale sign, no garage sale sign. It was just, hey, look, there's tables set up and they had all their stuff out on it. So there was way more than even that. But like I said, you don't have time to get to all of them since it's only a 4th day thing. Now, if it was an all week thing, you could have got to a whole lot more, but we didn't have all week to or they didn't. Well, some of them said that they had been there since Monday. So I'm not sure. There was only, I think, one of them that said, oh, we're going to start on Wednesday. Well, we didn't. I mean, that was out in Kentucky, and we knew we were starting in Ohio, so it didn't make sense for us to go to that one. But anyway, so I went looking for enamelware pans, because that is what I'm going to do. I have a blank space over here on my left, and I'm going to have my husband make a cabinet that has like slots in it, and these pans will fit in those slots. So for instance, this was a couple of them I found that are, kind of small, and they both had lids, which I had never hardly ever seen anything that had a lid that had a handle on it. So I was like, those are pretty cool. So those are, I don't know. I guess I have a ruler right here. So they're 7.5-ish by not quite 4. So I have a lot of these like clear pouches like this. I'm going to start using these enamelware pans for that stuff. So this was a couple of them. I'm going to probably block myself in. And then I got a couple that was this, and they were kind of rough, and I still need to do some work on them. My husband told me to take some vinegar and neutralize the rust that's on some of them. But this is a couple more of them that I will use. Looks like they're not quite 9 by 10-ish. So just, again, I'll put things in them that, like those Tim Holtz dolls and that sort of thing. So I will show you, I won't show you all of them individually, but this is how many I got. Whoa, that was loud, I'm sure. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they range from, oh man, sorry for the noise. So they range from the one that I just showed you to this one is a pretty good size one. This one looks like it is, well, my ruler is 12 and it ends there. So maybe 14 by 10.5-ish. So there'll be, they were pretty cool. Most people were willing to deal Others, not so much. This one's kind of cool because it has like little handles on it. I'd never seen anything like that. One of the ones I went to, I found they'd have probably been about this size. They just looked like little trays. They were only like that deep. He had two of them that was decent. So I was like, okay, I'll get those. The other one was really rusty. And I'm like, no. And then he had a couple that was like, one that was like a square that was about this deep. And I don't think it had a lid. And then a couple that was kind of like this size on those. I took them up to him and I said, how much you want for this stack? And he's like, $70. And I went, okay, you can just keep those. Thank you very much. And I went, put them back on his table. I'm like, nope, because for the most part, I could get those pans for around $7 to $10 is what I could get them to deal on those. There was one, I think, maybe that was like 12, but for the most part, they were in that range of like $7 to $10. So then I came across an oval one that I had never seen an oval one, and it's big. It's like, well, that's probably 12 by, again, maybe 14, 15. And it's just, an oval. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I'd never seen anything kind of that shape. And I'm like, yeah, pass on that. Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm done with this. My husband was laughing at me because I went and put it back. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. And he's like, we hadn't went everywhere. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm done. So we left and he was just laughing at me. He's like, you didn't even look at the other booths. And I was like, I don't care. I didn't want to. I'm done. I'm out. Then I went to one that had I'm sure it's a campfire coffee pot. I will not use this part of it probably. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to put string in this like I sew my journals together and then thread it through one of those holes. It'll come out the spout and then I can just keep pulling out. So I thought, well, that was a kind of a cool little pitcher coffee pot for that. And then this is a little glass topper. So I was like, okay, I'll take that. I think I had to end up paying, I don't know. That might have been a little bit more. It might have been $12 to $15, but I'm like, I like that one really well. So I went ahead and got that. Wooden boxes. Oh my goodness. People are ridiculous on their prices of wooden boxes. I didn't end up getting very many. I went looking for some, but that was ridiculous. I think I ended up getting these, and they're just a cheese bread. Yeah, that's what it is. And so I thought that was kind of cool. These were $5 a piece, and they're the little ones. So you can imagine what they had on the big ones. Yeah, I didn't end up getting very many boxes. But anyway, and then I ended up getting one that has a little plate on it. So I'm not sure what I'll use the wooden boxes for. I will find a use, or they might be for sale. I don't know. If I don't find a use for them, you will find them in one of my auctions. So I just have to get my husband to make my cabinet so I know what I need and what I can get rid of. These baskets, I had got 3 of them from my mom. And I came across this one. And I'm like, oh, she probably wants a lot for this. I'm probably not going to get this because it's a big one. It's really big. She's like, oh, I'll take $1 on that. And I said, sold. And I was like, here's your $1. And I walked off because I'm like, woo, you don't know what you have there, because I would have probably put $10 on that basket because they're old. But Okay, and then the last thing I got for myself, and these are big, so you're not going to be able to see all of it, but I got 2. You can't see all of it. these are metal boxes, and there's two of them, and they sit on top of each other. It'll hook in the back, and then there's a little thing that hooks in here, so they're kind of together, but kind of separate if you want them to be. And then they just have a drawer that you pull out. The sides are nice and tall, which is what I like. And then all of this came in here, and I'm like, oh, bonus. So yeah, I got 2 of those. Those was, I think they ended up being, I think he had 3 a piece on them, and I said, will you take both of them for $5? And he says, absolutely. I said, okay, they're mine. So yeah, those are, one of them is definitely rustier than the other. I wish I could have got them both. It was rusty, but you know, I couldn't. So I had to get what I could get. Okie dokie. And that was the last thing I got for myself. Ooh. Now, for the goodies that I got to share for all of you guys sometime. I'm not sure when my next sale will be, but some point. These are Fire King bowls, little itty bitty bowls. I don't think I paid that for it, but I don't remember what I paid it for. They're about 3 3/4 around. And there is 6 of them. So if you're ever interested in something like that, I would like to put like paper clips and brads and eyelets and that sort of thing, and just kind of put them on the back of my desk, and that way they're always there when you need something like that. This we're going to kind of go through together because I saw it and I asked him what he wanted for it, and I said okay, and I didn't even look through all of it because I'm like, I don't know, it just looks cool. Die cut piece. Yeah, I mean anything like that you want to put on the back of your desk so that you can get to easy. That's that's what I was going to use them for. I had ended up getting a few of them here at the thrift store in our town, or the flea market in our town, so I really don't need those 6. I'm not sure I need all the ones I got from the other one, so there may be more than 6 when I get done. But anyway, so this was one of the things that was in this box, and I thought this was the coolest thing ever. So I don't know that there was a date, but isn't that cool? And this is about, looks like 6 3/4 by 4. And I just thought that this was the coolest thing ever. It says grains or fruit, date of sale or purchase, of whom bought or sold, quantity price, bought, sold, when paid. So this is just, I actually like this book really a lot. But that says poultry and eggs, butter and cream. So there was just different little things that went through this that I thought, oh, that's a really cool book. And several of them are empty, so yeah, I ended up getting that. I think so. Right? I thought about telling my husband, okay, you got to build something at the back of my desk so things don't fall off, because yeah, I have the same problem, and I'm right in front of a window, so it falls into the windowsill, and then it's even harder to get. Several of the the old stamps, the Saver books. I got several of those in here. This one is one that's all filled out. Oh, that one fell off. Go back in there. Like I said, I hadn't been through this, so we're kind of going through it together. Buckeye stamps, which Ohio is the Buckeye state. I am a Buckeye. I was born and raised in Ohio, so there you go. Several of them little books. I don't know if they're all full. It looks like they must be. Yep. Looks like, oh, this one doesn't have, oh yeah, it has some. There's another one of them. And like I said, I didn't know what was in here, but I'm like, okay, this is a lot of ephemera. So this says 1925. Return this statement for correction in case of errors. So there you go. 1925, $85 would have been a lot. Looks like here's a piece of a ledger maybe that they tore out. That's cool. This is the Freeport State Bank, 1920. I think that says 5 too. This is the federal government is cooperating with every cattle owner in Guernsey County to detect the presence of Bangs disease in our herds. Okay, cool. Don't know what Bangs disease is. The fight against inflation. Oh, well, I need to send this to the government. Here, you want to read about it? So this is just a little book. Here is American Guernsey Cattle Club. It is just the envelope. Certificate of transfer, Starletta's Cressy. A solid color, black tongue, and SW, whatever that all means. 1910. Oh, it's free. Cool. They didn't have to pay anything to do that. This is Certificate of Service in Pasture. And it's blank. You could fill it in however you wanted to. Looks like 1914. This is 1908. This is perforated right here. It is not torn apart. American Jersey Cattle Club. So if you're doing anything farm related, this would be great. Look, Hemingway signed it. Ha! I bet it's not the same Hemingway, but there you go. Because his name was Ernest. Wait, his middle name was J. Nope, it's JJ. Sorry, not Ernest. This is Flossy Bossy. 1908, 1906. That's hilarious. Sorry, little things amuse me. Report of the birth of a calf. I don't see any date on this at all. It had a tail. Well, that's good. Color of the tongue was slate. Color of the tongue, huh? Interesting. Fun things you learn about. This is the American Jersey Cattle Club. Looks like 1913. The name was Cowslip's Gay Lady. Okay. The sire was Cowslip's Count. The dame was Retta Fawn. There you go. So they must have... I didn't know you could register cows. Yes, you can. Those were registered. It looks like there was several of his herd that was. This is Violet's Oxford Lad. The sire is Oxford that word. Makila. And the dame was Chrome's Violet. This was 1913. Violet's Bonita. Gazelle's Lad was a sire. Chrome's Violet. Again. Chroma's Silver Queen. Woo! Lad's Lando. 1915. So there was several of these in there. Those are pretty cool. You can probably find all kinds of cow names if you need to. Oh, here's Foxy Noble. So yeah, there's several of those in there. Oh, this one's a little bit different. Oh, transfer of ownership. So there's some of those. This is another certificate of transfer, Fairview, Ohio, 1909. Another transfer here. Right? There's all kinds of stuff in here that would be cool for the Farm Journal. I mean, you could fill several of them, I think. 3 of them that's not tore apart. Again, this is just the envelope. It's pretty sad. Oh, well, there's no stamp. So I don't know if they just like hand delivered it or what, but there's an envelope. More transfers. Oh, this is a bull. He's a noble laddie. Okie dokie. Oh, this is a cow. Oh, this is Flossy Bossy again. So then you have other papers that kind of go with that, those, registry papers. This says, doesn't have it. Oh, here. 25th day of September, 1909, I think is what that says. So this was cool. I was just like, okay, I'll take this. Thank you. What's this piece? This looks a little different. Oh, so you have so here's Rita Fawn. And then she had Fawn Rita and Colonel St. John. And Colonel St. John had these two. Fawn Rita had these two. That's cool. It's kind of like a family tree for cows. This says Hamilton Carhart Farm Stock and Crop Account Book. 1924. So that's pretty cool. Workman's timesheets. Nobody worked, so I don't know. Oh, somebody did. They decided to. So, the Carhartt gloves. Interesting. So there you go. This is this is a bull registered in 1931. This is a cow, Gertrude Foxy. Here's another one of these, already grunged up for you, 1905. Very brittle. It doesn't have a stamp, but that's a really, really, really cool stamp on that side. Again, the envelope, no letter, but it probably had some of this stuff in it. This is another Rita Fawn. And then another 2 of these. So that was that box full. And I'm sure that I will be getting rid of all of that sometime. All right, then next. Do you want me to do the really, really cool thing? Or should I wait on that one? Am I teasing? We'll wait on it one more time. I got several of these little books. These are little masterpieces of English poetry. This is, I don't know. I have to go to another page to read his signature. Looks like Henry Van, oh, no. I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's Henry Van Dyke, but these are like 1905. So they're old little books. There is one in here that is Longfellow, Mark Twain. He has one in here. This one is Nathaniel Hawthorne. And this one is, oh, so there's several. The Birthmark, Ethan Band. So there's several of these little books. This one is B. Franklin. Oh, did he write a book? Benjamin Franklin. Oh, an autobiography. Ugh. Necessary hints to those that would be rich. Maybe I need to read this. Not that I'd ever probably get rich, but you know, because I'd help everybody out. Yep. Thackeray. W.M. Thackeray. 1898. This one is Macaulay. Lord Macaulay. Ooh. 1898. So there's just several of them. I have that many of them. Like I said, I know that Samuel Longfellow, or Mark, what is his name? I used to know his name. Mark Twain. This one is, you know, falling apart, but that's really, I think, the only one that is doing that. It is completely out of its book. It is 1905. It is Ballads, Old and New. Let me go back up here and see. Looks like Brown. No, it better not say that. Oh, it says that too. I don't know who that one is. But anyway, so there's several of those. And I'll be, like I said, all of this that I'm showing you now will be for sale in one of my auctions sometime coming up, or my sales coming up, not auction. Okay, so for my cool find of the trip, I walked up and I was expecting this to be way out of my price range, like way, way, way out. It is got its clasp and it works, so it will close. There is a bar here, and I'm not sure what the bar is for, but I have another piece, so hang with me. The little clasp on the back looks like that. The back, it used to be that, but I'm sure it faded, as you can tell. This is like a mirror, and then you have this cool piece here. You open it up, and it's not in real good shape inside, but it is pretty cool. And there's still pictures in it. So that page right there, you know, it's holding on to the front. The rest of it is kind of off. That front part, what is that? Oh, it's a piece of a picture. And so there is, this is a card of some kind. So yeah, I haven't looked all the way through it. So we're looking at it together. It looks like maybe the first pages is the only ones that has pictures. Oh, there's another one. That's just a piece of paper. There's another picture right there. Okay, come on. So that is that. And like I said, the clasp does work. But after I got it up to the cash register, or up to the lady that was the booth, she said, "Did you get that other piece?" And I went, other piece? What? There you go. It's a spell book. Cool. So, along with that, it came with this. It's got, I don't know, it moves back and forth. I don't know. I'm not sure what this is for, but it is the same design as the back of this. So I'm like, okay, I don't know what that would be for, but it's a drawer. So I'm not sure how they go together, but each side has this little thing that moves back and forth. I mean, you can move it back and forth. You can twist it and turn it. I don't know. I've never seen a box with any of these albums. So then I was trying to decide, okay, does the bar fit with this? I don't know. I have never seen anything like this. So, but I've never really looked for albums like these either. So, anyways, those will be selling together. Again, if you know what the box is for, let me know, because I don't know. I mean, it's just a wood box. I have no idea. No. But when she said, "Did you get the other part?" I went, "Nope. Let me go get that." And I did. So, again, it will be for sale sometime. Let's see. Then I got several of these books. Southern Living, and I think they're probably cookbooks. Oh, that was even upside down. That's weird. Oh, look at there. It's a double thing. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, there. That one's right side up. And then when it gets right back here, somewhere, then you turn it around and you go this way, and it's this way. So those will be for sale. I thought there was some of them that looked like they had some really yummy recipes, and there are 6 of them. You can prop the album on the box. Interesting. To like keep it open to a certain page? What did you put in the box though? I mean, did you have like, I don't know, pictures that didn't fit in the album? I don't know. I've just never seen anything like that. I thought that was pretty cool. I got the old roll of spools. The thread looks a little dingy, so you could probably take that off, and underneath I'm sure it would be okay. So I got those. The rest of it's going to seem boring compared to that album and box. But I got several things of trim. That's the back side. So that's the front side. There's that one. This one was my favorite because you don't find black very often. And I really like black in several journals. That's what I was wondering. Maybe more photos that maybe didn't fit. I don't know. I was confused. There is this one. This is like a light pink and a charcoal gray. I really like that one too. Of course, I'm a pink lover. There is this one. This is like a pink and an kind of an orange color maybe, and a green. I really like that one too. I thought that one was really pretty. I guess this one you can see a little better. Then I got this one, and I love this one. I was like, if that doesn't scream 60s, 70s, nothing did. Then I got several. I don't know how many I got, but I picked up some Reader's Digest, some of the, ones that's like, I'll show you a few samples. Picked up several of them. And then the last thing that I can show you, and these are, wow, these are, I've never seen anything like this either. Now, maybe somebody else has, but I haven't. But then I haven't been looking for stuff, as long as other people have. So these are big books. This is called The Acquisition of Funk Seeds International, 1974. You open it up, and there's all of this ephemera in here, just in the book. I'm like, yes, thank you. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these. I don't know if I'm going to like take them apart and make page packs out of them. I don't know if I will like sell them, by the book. And then of course there's just, some that, okay, go ahead and focus there, camera. It says, no, I don't want to. Huh. I don't know why it won't. Is that focused? I don't know. I don't think it is. Well, anyways, then there's just like letters that would be, different. These are even numbered. So I thought these were kind of cool. That says February of 1974. Just throughout the whole book, just different pages of stuff that you could use as ephemera. And I'm like, those are cool. That was one. Oh, here's a blue paper. Let's go back and look at this one. What's this one? Oh, it's just like a title page type thing. So that's one book. Here's another one. 1976, the Inland Steel Company. It's even got his name on it. James Philpott Jr. It has little tabs on it, and they're all numbered. But again, you open it up, it's like ephemera that you can use. This one, common stock registration, and it's even got the letterhead on it. This is like, these are glossy, but you open them up and it shows like steel beams and this is on the back of those pictures. So just a really interesting, and this one evidently had stubs on it or something, because those are little perforated things. Those are not in here, but again, it's all kinds of ephemera that you could use. So I thought these were pretty cool. I have 4 of these. 1975 International Harvester, 1975, 8 3/4% notes due January 1st of 1981. And again, you open them up and they're full of ephemera pieces. So that's my haul. I was afraid to get too big of stuff, and I did get some stuff for my kids, so I didn't bring that up because it was all like casserole dishes and whatnot. But yeah, it was really fun. I think next year I'll probably go back, and I will take my daughter. My husband's like, yeah, I think that was a once in a lifetime thing. Yeah, I don't think I need to go again. I'm like, okay. But part of this was I took care of my mother-in-law in the last stages of life. She was in our house for 6 months before she passed away in January. And I told him, I said, I will take care of your mom. I have no problem taking care of your mom. But at the end, after she's gone, you have to send me on a vacation. Well, it never really happened until now. So I decided this was my vacation, and I was happy with this vacation. This was a pretty cool experience. It was very hot, and there was definitely some places that you could tell was not as the stuff was not as good. The prices might have been better, but of course, you have to give up something to get something. But it was pretty cool. Basically, it's just here's an open field and here's 25 pop-up tents, and you just went in and they had a wide range. I didn't see a lot of like new crafty type items. There wasn't a great lot of that. I did see like there was a lot of antiques. There was a lot of like that kind of stuff. There was like people that have bought a surplus of like shampoos and that sort of thing, gloves and just different things like that. There was some that was new stuff. I mean, there was I think there was a leather booth. I don't know if the camera will pick up my phone or not, but I took a video of one of the booths, and it was just a booth of uh, cast iron. Oh, there's my husband. I mean, I was just like, oh my word. There was every kind of pan there you could want. A lot of cast iron. There was quite a few booths that had a lot of cast iron like that. So yeah, it was a really good time. Like I said, I have a feeling I'll go back. Although now that I have went to one, I get notified that there's others. Like Michelle Scott goes to one that was this past weekend, and it goes, I think, across Ohio, not up and down Ohio. So the one I went to is down a certain highway. It was called 127. It goes down the United States. I think the one that Scotty goes to is across, I think. And then there was one this past weekend closer to us in Arkansas. There's a big one they set up in northern Kansas. So I don't know whether I'll go to that one or not. It's not very far from me. It's probably like an hour and a half. Although it is a work day and my boss is the one that told me about it. So if I'm not there that day, she's going to go, I told you about that one and you weren't here. But yeah, it was a good experience. Like I said, my daughter and daughter-in-law was like, oh, I'd really like to have went and actually seen it and up close. I mean, I was sending them pictures, but there's nothing like the real thing, but it was fun. It really was, and it was quite an experience. I didn't know what to think. There are some things that I'm like, okay, so this is what we'll do different. But for the most part, they had a like a frequently asked question type thing, and she's like, these are the things I would take, which I was glad I did, because one of the things was wet wipes. Well, when you touch all that rusty stuff, and it rained some of the time, so stuff was wet, and it's just like your hands just felt really gross. The only thing that we had trouble with was, you would think, down a highway going through towns, there would be places to eat. We searched a long time in Ohio to find something to eat. So we did end up, she told us to take like snacks. So we had granola bars that we would eat, and we had taken a lot of water. We really, pushed water on each other. I mean, if you didn't have to go to the bathroom, we were like, drink water, drink water. So all in all, it was a very fun trip, and I probably will go back next year. I don't know if I'll do that one or I'll do one of the other ones, but this one happens before school starts, so I'll probably go to that one. I don't know. Um, but I know that Scotty goes to the other one, and she says she really likes that one. So I don't know what I'll do as far as next year, but I will go to another one. Uh, it was just fun enough that I'm like, yeah, I could go back. So that's really all I have. So I hope that was fun for all of you. Um, and like I said, that last stuff that I showed, past that basket, is stuff that will be for sale, eventually sometime. And so keep keep your eye open for auctions, and some of this is liable to be in it. All right, ladies, I had a really good experience on this, and it was fun showing y'all what I got. So we will talk to each other later at some sale or another, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Have a blessed evening. See you later. Bye.